You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, getting set for the Railers and the Raiders here from Bloomington High School. Josh Komnick along with Jay Harden and Lloyd Kirby on the camera. Again, the Railers checking the contest off a 2-game losing streak, but still have a very nice record for the Railers. 14-3 on the season, where Bloomington's checking in at 5-14 overall. And the Railers will be in action on Thursday night, and that is a game which is a makeup game for that week, where the Railers battled with the virus. Is that a Thursday game home game against the Braves from Mount Zion, and then the WLCN crew and the Railers will travel to Rock Island on Saturday night. We'll have both games for you right here. And Jay, you're a Bloomington normal guy now, and probably get the chance to read the articles about the Raiders. And they've got a guy that comes in averaging about 9.6 points per game, John Shuey. But we've heard from their radio crew that they don't think he's going to be playing tonight. Not exactly sure why, but with the struggles that they've had, it looks like scoring the basketball. 58 points per game, the Raiders come in, giving up 66. Yeah,
they've struggled quite a bit, although they've got, lately they've got, a win over Centennial and a win over Danville as well, common opponent with us. But they have struggled mightily this year. Nico Newsom is one of their leading scorers. I think he's averaging about 14 a game. He's a 6'6 sophomore. And then Adam Beasley is also around 14 points a game. And then John Shuey was about 9 points a game. So, taking out 10 of their points might make quite a bit of difference to them.
The stat that jumped out to Jay as he was looking through them, the Raiders have turned the ball over quite a bit this year, Jay. 334 turnovers to only 186 assists. I think if you're the Raiders coach, you'd like to see that number flip-flop.
Well, yeah, and if you take it through 18 games, heck, that's almost 20 turnovers a game, and that's a lot of turnovers, which would indicate that they don't take very good care of the basketball. And that's going to be crucial for them tonight against our press.
Well, and one thing, too, we talked about the Raider defense being so good giving up points, but it's kind of funny, it hasn't been because of the amount of turnovers that we've forced. We're only forcing about 13 to 14 turnovers, and normally in the 1-2-2 for Coach Neil Alexander, it's in that 20 range like Bloomington will happen to do. So hopefully, as you said, we'll get a little bit of both.
Hopefully we get a little bit of both, but we got to capitalize on the turnovers, Josh. We can't come down and turn the ball over ourselves or, not take shots when we need to. And tonight we're going to have to try and find somebody's going to make some plays.
If the sophomores, if the varsity resembles the sophomores were straight man-to-man against our sophomores. Again, Railer sophomores with a victory 43-20, and it seems sometimes this season, Jay, we've almost been better against man. I just think the lack of outside shooting that we have, we've got some guys that can get to the hoop, and they've seemed to be a little more confident against a man-to-man.
Coach had talked sometimes in our post games about the team being like it thinks too much. Maybe it's a little bit mechanical, and I think when we're against a man-to-man, you have to be less mechanical. You're in motion. You've got to make cuts. You've got to do screens, and you should be probably thinking a little bit less, hey, I've got to be in this spot here against a zone, or I've got to move to this spot here. No, it's just straight motion.
High atop Bloomington High School here in their gymnasium. 9 minutes and 35 seconds left before the Railers and the Raiders are going to tip it off. We'll send it back to the studio. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Welcome back, Railer Nation. You're listening to WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Josh Comnick along with Jay Harden and Lloyd Kirby. You're in the Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, getting set for the Railers and the Raiders. The Railers off a 2-game losing streak, look to get back in the winners column tonight and improve their record. Record stands right now at 14-3 on the season. They will be in action on Thursday from Coach Neil Alexander Court on a makeup game. That will be Apollo Conference action, as the Railers are undefeated so far in the Apollo Conference action with a 4-0 record. They'll be taking on the Braves from Mount Zion, and then Saturday travel to Rock Island for a tip in the Western Big Six against the Rocks. Bloomington comes in the contest, the record of 5-14. We've got about 6 minutes and 20 seconds left here, and Jay, it'd be nice for the Railers. We talked about a hot start, or at least a good start, and Quincy didn't necessarily get that, but I think this team has got to get it, and they got to keep it close. You know, it looks like this team from Bloomington can score the basketball a little bit. 58 points per on the Quincy game. Scott and I, when you get down as the Railers did, even at halftime, I think it was 12-point deficit. We just don't have the horsepower to come back from something like that.
No, we don't. So is that one of the things you want to put on our ME Realty list, or Me Realty list of the game?
I would say yes. Start? Yeah, I think number one, and for most of Railer Nation, would be let's shoot the ball. You know, let's put some points on the board. Let's transition a little bit. Let's try to drive. Let's try to throw it into Cookie a little bit and get some easy scores that we've not really gotten a whole lot of this year.
I would agree with that.
And two has got to be able to stop them. You know, it looks like they're very athletic. Just watching from up here, not a huge team for Bloomington. The biggest guy goes about 6'5", 6'6", but it looks like they're very athletic. We watched a little bit of the dunk show that they had going on in warm-ups. So we're going to have to stop transition for sure.
I think the third thing we would probably have to say is maybe limit our turnovers too.
Yeah, and hopefully, as we talked about earlier, make Bloomington average what they are, about 20 turnovers a game, in which the Railers only averaging giving up about 14.
That's your Me Realty list of the game. You know, I'm going to post something to you. Let me pick your brain here in our pregame show, because Josh has played, he's coached. This team, you know, we've talked about the offensive struggles all year long. This team, however, when we look at the statistics, Josh, going into the Lanphier and Quincy games, we were out rebounding our opponents quite a bit, and that's unusual for a Railer team. Would you think maybe about trying to, you talked about this, shooting the ball, but would you think maybe trying to up the tempo a little bit might help this team offensively, try and push it and get some easy buckets?
Not sure it'll work tonight. It looks like the Purple Raiders would love to get out and run with us. So I think you've got to do it game by game. But yes, I think any chance you get, I think maybe early on, Coach was figuring out who was going to be that point guard, who could we have handle the ball and still make good decisions, not turn it over, because he will refuse to push the ball if they turn it over. I remember even back when I played, we're not going to push it. If you guys are going to turn the ball over, we'll start running for all the turnovers. So we need to find ways for easy baskets, because the threes, we just don't have a bunch of consistent shooters from there. Don't have a big post guy that we can get. We got to find some ways for easy baskets.
We don't have the ball handlers either we've had in the past, but I think Elijah has probably proven himself to be at least a reliable ball handler, and he's been pretty good about pushing the ball and trying to keep from getting trapped in the backcourt by defenses.
Yeah, and I think that has grown with some confidence for Coach Alexander on trying to do that. Now, will he tonight? I don't know, just because of it looks like Bloomington's pretty athletic, but maybe Thursday night when we play the Braves, a very good possibility of trying to find ways to get easy scores, or easier scores than we have, because right now we're struggling on that end. That's going to wrap it up for us here on the pregame show. After a word from our sponsors, Jay and I'll be back here in Bloomington to bring you the play-by-play action as the Railers take on the Purple Raiders. As always, a big thank you goes out to all our sponsors. This has been the Josh Comnick, Grau Incorporated, and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Good evening, everybody. How are you? And welcome to Lincoln Railer basketball here on the Sports Voice of Lincoln and Logan County, WLCN 96.3 FM, on our YouTube channel, WLCNonline.com, and on the Mixler app where you can hear us on the audio of tonight's Lincoln Rail Splitter game. The 152nd meeting between these two schools since 1917. Lincoln holds an advantage of about 30 on the win side. Hopefully we can add to that tonight. We are just about ready to go here at Bloomington High School. Let's send it back to the station for a quick 60-second timeout. When we come back, Josh will have the starting lineups for tonight's contest. Including a few parents and fans here tonight in attendance.
Yeah, limited.
With the protocols going on here. Folks, sit back, relax, get yourself some popcorn, turn the fire up at home. We are just about ready to go with Lincoln versus Bloomington.
Yeah, limited to, I believe, four spectators per player.
4 per player. If you're watching on the streaming live video, Town and Country Bank, Me Realty, our proud streaming video sponsors.
First man out for the Railers. 5'11" and a sophomore. Number 2 is Gowan, Aiden Gowan. The other guard, 6'3", and a senior, number 5, Paulus, Elijah Paulus. 6'5" and a junior, 22, is Saucy, Tyler Saucy. 6'2" and a junior, 24, is Biven, Jake Biven, the man in the middle for head coach Neil Alexander. 6'5" and a junior, 34, is Cook. Peyton Cook. Now the starting lineups for the Bloomington Raiders under the direction of Mr. Spencer Johnson. 6'6" and a sophomore, number 3, is Nico Newsom. 6'3" and a junior, number 11, Adam Beasley. 6'5" and a junior, number 5, is Lonnie Stevens. Number 15, 6'6" and a junior, is Joe Caldwell. And 6'3" and a senior, number 25, is Tyus Jackson.
You know, Josh, I was noticing they've only got one senior on their roster, Tyus Jackson, who's in the starting lineup. So fairly young team for Coach Spencer Johnson, and Spencer Johnson has faced us before. Last time we were in this building, I believe, Josh, was 2019 during the regional tournament.
Regional tournament. Carson reflected on that on our way pulling into the locker room. Usually he's on his phone, doesn't have any idea where we are, but he did want to thank Chicago Street Rentals, located at 1909 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln, all season's tip-off sponsor.
The Chicago Street Rentals opening tap. Cook and Caldwell at center circle. Up, and Cook bats it into the backcourt. Paulus the basketball, and he will control against the Bloomington man-to-man. Paulus, corner Biven. Biven, great pass inside Cook, a good position. Up, and it rolled home.
All the way around the rim. And the play that Coach Alexander likes to run, he'll run it against zone, he'll run it against man. The Raiders start out in man, and Cook, he gets a 2.
Bloomington still in the backcourt. Beasley ahead to Caldwell. Goes right wing Stevens. Stevens back out front to Beasley. Bloomington sets up in a 1-4 offense. 4 guys along the baseline, and now number 3, Newsom, will pop out front and flash to the middle. Newsom out front, almost a steal by Polis. Newsom thought about the three, kicks it to Beasley. Beasley corner Stevens. Stevens three on the way, good.
Yeah, Stevens, Lonnie Stevens, I remember him he might have been a freshman playing the last time we saw them, and just a junior now, so he lines it up, the junior, with the big opening possession for the Raiders.
Bivin quickly ahead, and now Railers run their weave motion out front. Bivin to Polis. In the corner, Saucy. Saucy double team now, back out front, Cook. Cook, Saucy. Bloomington going to play a tough man-to-man defense, and Spencer Johnson will have them up in our faces.
Yeah, when they set a screen or the Railers do their handoff, it's a switch for Bloomington, so it's a little tough for the Railers to get there.
Bivin the drive. Cook was not cutting. He was going away, and ball goes out of bounds, turnover to Bloomington. 6:44 to go here in the first quarter. 3-2 Bloomington ahead if you just joined us. In the backcourt, Beasley and Stevens working against the Lincoln pressure.
Yes, Stevens, who nailed the three-pointer in the first possession, has made 5 on the season.
There's the first turnover of the basketball game for Bloomington. Cook was able to bat it away, and Lincoln the basketball going the other way. Bivin out to Saucy, 3 on the way, up short, no good. Ball batted around in the corner. Caldwell going to chase it down. Beasley now pushes the tempo against the Lincoln defense, and I think they're going to nail Gowan on the foul coming from behind. Nope, on Jake Bivin.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a foul there. It looks like Jake had good defensive position, and then Yaden Gowan just came from behind and tipped it away.
Newsom out front, Beasley. Beasley and Newsom, their 2 leading scorers. Stevens, right wing, out front. Beasley, the long 3, up short. Rebound, Caldwell grabbed it underneath, couldn't get it. Cook had it and got fouled by Caldwell.
Yeah, Beasley, their leading three-point shooter as far as makes on the season. He's got 21. So you've got to look for Beasley. Stevens only with 5, now 6 made on the year, but he started out that first possession for the Raiders with the 3.
Lincoln still in the backcourt. Paulus will handle the basketball against the Bloomington pressure. Token pressure at best, and now Paulus into the front court. Lincoln sets up against the man-to-man. Cook out on the left wing. Out front, Bivin. Bivin going to drive down the lane. Fake, lays it up, and got the foul.
Yeah, nice take by Jake. Almost did a little fake pass out to Gowan, who was on the wing/corner area. Faked it out, made Gowan's man kind of retreat to Gowan, and then Jake with a nice strong drive to the game. We've missed Jake in the last couple games. Just we haven't seen him get into the hoop as we saw. 7, 8 points a game for the Railers, and that's a guy that we've missed.
Jelani Stevens with the foul. His first, team second. Bivin in the 24 at the free throw line. Eyes it up and got it home. Tie game at 3. 5:39 to go here in the first quarter.
It's really one thing the Railers have struggled with this year, Jay, is the free throw line, where you're accustomed to the Railers shooting 70% for as a team, and we're not close to that.
Rounded out, missed the second one. Josh called it, missed the second free throw. Ball nearly thrown away by Bloomington. Beasley quickly on the sideline, goes out front. Newsom had Caldwell open down underneath. Caldwell got behind the defense. Ball batted around. Batted around by Tyus Jackson, and Lincoln comes out of there. Paulus comes out with the rebound.
Yeah, we didn't have great position, but luckily we had enough tip-aways that Paulus was in the right spot.
I just realized they list Jackson at 6'3", 250. He's every bit at 250,
yeah,
number 25.
I almost like to see Cook, where we've seen him getting a little more aggressive and confident to the basket.
Bivin, great drive, baseline, layup time, didn't get it. Ball batted around. Stevens comes out with it. Stevens ahead to Caldwell. Caldwell goes down the lane, kicks it out, right wing. Newsom, 3 on the way. Back of the iron, no good. Rebound, Bivin skies for it.
Nice rebound by Bivin there.
Tie game, 3-3, 4:45 to go here in the first quarter. Saucy goes to Cook. Cook looking for the cutter. There's Gowan. Gowan faked the 3. Goes in the lane, faked a 15-footer, back out Polis. Saucy. Gowan, Polis.
Like to see Cook catch it on right there and go to the basket.
And that's what he's going to do. Cook goes basket, baseline up and good. Great move by Peyton Cook around Tyus Jackson on the baseline.
That easy. I guess I just call for it and we'll do it.
Kids must be able to hear you from their jobs.
I think they can. There's not many fans.
Newsom out in the left corner. Now Bivin goes out to pressure him. Out front Stevens. Now Beasley out front. Beasley. As Bloomington resets their offense, goes into right wing Stevens. Back out front Beasley. Beasley, long 3 on the way, rounded out, no good. Rebound, Caldwell up and no good. Bloomington rebounds again, up and good. Stevens gets the bucket, and the foul on Lincoln.
Yeah, if the Railers don't start boxing out, it's going to be a long night in that paint, because Bloomington not only has 25, who Tyus Jackson, 6'3" senior at, what do you call it, about 230, 240 underneath, that can move some bodies, and then they've got some athletes that fly in behind him. So,
well, if you look at the rest of them, they're long and lean, and you got to get a body on them to box them out and get them out of there.
Yeah, and Stevens with the free throw, so he's got 6 of the Raiders' 6.
Stevens ahead 6-5 right now. 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. Railers continue to work the motion offense. It's Biven out front. Biven, the fake goes down the lane. Oh, he got hacked, and no call, and the ball goes over to Bloomington. Down the lane, nobody to stop him, and Beasley gets the bucket. It's 8-5 Bloomington. Lincoln on the run. Biven back out front, Saucy. Saucy to Polis. Polis to Gowan. Gowan to Saucy. In the corner, Cook. And now they've switched. They put Beasley on Cook. Took Tyus Jackson off of him. Out front, Polis. Polis, Saucy. Nearly stolen away. Gowan going to take the three. Up and, it banked in. I hope he called that one.
They're open here in Bloomington still. That's just a little past 7.
Tied at 8. 2:55 to go. Hey, we'll take anything at this point.
Absolutely.
And nearly stolen away by Lincoln. Stevens out front. Back out front, Beasley. Beasley goes into Jackson, ball tipped away. And here's Lincoln on the run. Polis on the run. Polis going to take it himself, up and good.
Nice job by Polis to elude the charge as the Bloomington Raider defender was getting ready to take a charge, and Elijah did a smart thing there, just pulled up and shot the little 2-footer.
Into Jackson on Cook, up and good. Jackson just turned around and shot it over Peyton Cook. Peyton did a smart thing, just held his hands up, didn't get the foul, and it's 10-10. 2:21 to go here in the first quarter.
Seeing a little scoring, which is nice to see out of both teams.
Polis, Cook now in the corner. Jackson back on him. Again, it would be nice to see Peyton try and take Jackson. He does. This time goes down the lane, lays it up and good. Peyton Cook with the aggressive move. 12-10 the Lincoln lead.
Yeah, I think Jackson's either going to have to fall off of Cook a little bit more and stay closer to the lane, or switch off on him, because Peyton's done a good job of taking him to the basket twice now.
Lob pass in, no good. As Newsom missed the layup on the lob, had a bad angle. And Lincoln the other way. Polis out front, goes to Gowan right wing. Gowan the long three, up and no good. Rebound Peyton Cook. Peyton kicks it out, Saucy. Long three on the way, didn't get it. Biven bats it around, knocked out of bounds. It's going to go Lincoln basketball.
Yeah, good possession there on a nice kick out from Cook to Saucy. Saucy just couldn't get the three to go, but it was a good look. And then Jake battling underneath to keep that offensive possession alive, as Hayes will now check in for Saucy. And it looks like Nelson for Biven.
Nelson inbound the basketball underneath the Lincoln basket. Throws it out, and almost threw it away, and did throw it away. Hayes was unable to chase the basketball down. Turnover goes to Bloomington.
Yeah, I think the out-of-bounds play was not what Coach wanted. I'm not sure Gowan was in the right location or cut when he wasn't supposed to, because it was all messed up there after the referee gave the ball to us.
Newsom got the ball in a long cross-court pass, picks it to Beasley. Beasley spins in the lane. Ball up on the backboard, and nobody there to box out Bloomington. Caldwell gets the bucket.
Yeah,
12-12.
How many have we seen already from them just in the first quarter? A lot of offensive rebounds for Bloomington, and that, as we talked about in the pregame, Raiders have done a pretty good job of rebounding this year.
Nelson, the three ball up on the way, no good. Back of the iron, ball batted around. Cook comes out with it. And he stepped out of bounds and didn't get back in before he grabbed the basketball. Nice play by Peyton Cook. Unfortunately, he had stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, I wish we need Railers going to the defensive boards about as strong as Cook right there went for the offensive board.
12-12 the score. Under a minute to go here. Jackson down low on Cook, and Cook is going to get called for the foul. Peyton let Tyus get him on his hip, and then had no other choice but standing with hands up, but Jackson got the contact. He'll go to line with 2, and that is foul number 1 on Peyton Cook.
Yeah, now Cook will, looks like Klopp will check in for Cook now. Is that, you got Cook with just one? So Cook's probably just giving him a little bit of a break here right before the quarter. 55 seconds left here in the first. Klopp checks in for Cook. So you've got Klopp, Hayes, Paulus, Nelson, and Gowan. Going to find some scoring with this lineup will be tough.
Caldwell just went over Hayes to grab the basketball, but Gowan was able to knock it away. And now Bloomington traps in the backcourt. Paulus wisely gets the ball up the floor in a hurry. Polis out front, Hayes to Gowan. Gowan corner, Klopp. Looks for the cutter, Polis, not there. Back out front, Gowan. Long one by Cam Nelson out front, no good. Rebound, Polis chases it down. Polis wisely kicks it back out, Hayes. Hayes, Gowan. Gowan thought about loading it up. Now in the corner, Klopp. Klopp, Beasley all over him, nearly picked off by Newsom. Hayes drives, kicks it back out front to Polis.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Al wants here now. 15 seconds left in the first. Raylor's trying to get something set up here.
Out to Hayes. Hayes right wing. Looks out front. Klopp. Polis against Caldwell. Goes in. 15-foot one-hander up. No good. Newsom the rebound. The long 70-footer at the gun. No good. And at the end of one quarter, it's Bloomington 13, Lincoln 12. Let's send it back to the station for a 60-second word from one of our fine sponsors. Back here at the Frank Arena on the campus of Bloomington High School, Jay Hart and Josh Komnick, 13-12 the Bloomington lead. Josh, this looks better than a 5-14 basketball team right now.
Yeah, right. They've done a good job on the Railers, and what's making it tough for Lincoln to get their offense going. A lot of times when you play against man-to-man, they don't switch. They try to fight through the screen. They try to go underneath the handoff. Right now, Bloomington is just switching everything. So it's been tough for the Railers to get any kind of drives to the basket. I think Bivens gotten one. Cook's gotten one just because he's able to beat his man a couple times. Cook checked back in, looks like, here to start the second. But, yeah, you're right, and they just beat us up on the boards.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to have to do a better job here, Josh, if we hope to win this basketball game, is to do a better job on the boards and not let them play volleyball on the backboard. 13-12, the Bloomington lead, just underway here, second quarter. Beasley out front. Beasley to Newsom. Newsom back out front, Beasley. Beasley, corner Stevens. Stevens on the wing, elbow extended, out front Beasley. Beasley looks inside. Newsom going to take the three from the left wing. Up, no good. Ball chased down by Stevens. Stevens back out front, Beasley. Josh, they're not shy about putting a three-pointer up.
No, they're not, but they don't have to worry about too much about it because when they do miss, they seem to get it back. So I'm not sure that's their strength, but right now, like you said, they throw it up on the rim and go get it.
Stevens, Newsom, play catch out front, lob pass Beasley. Nope, that was broken up, and Polis picks up the basketball to Gowan. Back to Polis. Polis the basketball now in between the circles against the Bloomington man-to-man. Hayes pops out and gets the pass. Hayes back out front. Polis, Hayes, Gowan. Polis, Cam Nelson, and Newsom was right up on him. Newsom's going to get called for the push.
Right now, both teams with 3 personals, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I got him for, and that's the first foul on Nico Newsom, their 6'6" sophomore. In the corner, Hayes. Hayes looks inside Cook. Ball batted away by Jackson. Nice thought by Drew Hayes.
Just too late. He was open earlier, I think, and even right there, Drew's got to maybe up fake and then go around with a bounce pass and could have led Peyton to a nice, easy layup.
Nelson trying to get it into Cook. In the corner, out front, Hayes. Polis, the cutter. Good cut by Polis. Good pass by Hayes. Layup time. 14-13, the Lincoln lead.
And we may have to do more of that, Jay, than just the handoff all the time. We'll have to have Railers cutting to the hoop.
Gowan with the nice deflection broke up the Bloomington offense. 6:36 to go here in quarter number 2. Reminds you, Mike Mosky Auction Service, phone 217-519-3959. Mosky, and an alley-oop slam to Caldwell. Caldwell got behind the Lincoln defense, and they threw the ball up there, and he went and got it. 15-14, the Bloomington lead. Quickly ahead, Cook. Nearly had it stolen. Cook dribbling the ball down the lane, goes up, lays it up, and good. Peyton Cook from the midcourt line took it all the way to the hole. Yeah, 16-15.
They tried to throw that lob a couple times and haven't been able to get it, but that time our backs are worrying too much. Out of state and steal by Gowan.
With a great steal. Layup time coming good.
They're too worried about the middle, and we haven't played anybody that's really hurt us on the backside behind our backs. And Cook and Hayes right now cheating up a little too much.
Beasley out front. Beasley goes in the corner, Caldwell. Caldwell, who got the dunk, throws it back out, Beasley. Beasley to Newsom. Newsom, there's another lob up, no good. Hayes broke it up. Hayes had the ball go out of bounds. He took it out of bounds. It'll stay Bloomington basketball. 18-15 the Lincoln lead. 5:43 to go here in the half.
Yeah, Saucy will check back in for Hayes now.
Bloomington inbound the basketball on the baseline. Out front, Newsom. Newsom, corner, Beasley. Out front, Newsom. Saved it back in. Newsom goes inside Caldwell. Corner, Beasley. Beasley, three on the way. Got it. Tie ball game at 18 with 5.5 to go here in the half. Polis in trouble in the backcourt. Now he's going to push it. Elijah's got numbers. Kicks it to Gowan. Gowan back out front, Saucy. Nelson, Polis, corner, Cook. Cook, out front, Saucy. Gowan to Nelson. Nelson, Saucy. Saucy, Polis. Polis going to go down the lane. Ball kicked away. Nelson, corner, three on the way. No good. Rebound, Newsom. Nico Newsom. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the half. Newsom to Beasley. Beasley goes down the lane in the Lincoln trees to Caldwell. Corner up and no good. Ball stuck. That'll be a jump ball and a possession arrow goes our way.
Yeah, goes to go your way as Biven now will probably check in for Nelson. And I think he had just to kind of calm Nelson down a little bit. You know, we've seen him. Those are shots he's buried about 4 games ago. They were going in. You already knew they were going in. Right now he's on a little bit of a shooting slump, but I think Bloomington has just sped him up a little bit, making him shoot a little too quick.
Biven back out front, Gowan. Saucy, Polis. Gowan to Biven. Biven goes in, free throw line, kicks it, Cook. Cook going to take it in again. Cook goes up and good.
Oh, I thought he got fouled.
Peyton Cook with the aggressive move, a running one-hander, and Peyton Cook puts the lead at Lincoln 20, Bloomington 18, 4:21 to go here in the half. Ball thrown up for another alley-oop, went off the rim. Lincoln's going to come out of there with it.
Yeah, you almost see as Cook gets going, he starts to feel a little bit more just nice.
Gowan gets the State Farm Chris Coyne three-pointer off the right wing. 23-18 the Lincoln lead. And we've got a Top Hat Creamery timeout. It'll be a full timeout. Let's send it back to the studio for a 30-second word from one of our sponsors. Top Hat Creamery, sponsor of our timeouts, located at 513 Pulaski Street, across from Gazzardo's in the Arcade Plaza. It's 23-18, the Lincoln lead with just over 4 minutes to go here in the half. Josh, we've seen a lot more aggressiveness on offense from this Lincoln basketball team tonight.
You're right. It started with Peyton Cook with some drives to the basket. I think Cook's got, 10 points tonight? And it's kind of spurred that, and then Gowan with a big Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer to give us a little lead here.
Beasley into Caldwell. Caldwell got pushed in the back. No call. Ball across the rim from the Stevens shot. Newsom the rebound. Beasley's going to run down the lane, and I think he got called for traveling. Yep. Lincoln will have the basketball under the Bloomington basket. Bloomington sets up in what appears to be a man-to-man press, and now pulls the press off as Polis will get it across the timeline. And Lincoln sets up their man-to-man offense. Saucy goes to Cook. Cook going to look for the cutter. There's Gowan again off the wing. Gowan faked the three. Newsom was right out there to cover him. Gowan's given up about 4.5 inches to Newsom. Polis in the corner. Cook. They've taken Jackson out of the game. Saucy out front. Gowan. Polis going to launch the three. Up. No good. Too hard. Ball on the floor. Cook took it out of there.
Hit it, Gowan.
Gowan, the three-pointer on the way from out front. Bank another one home. 26-18 on a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer. 26-18, 3 minutes to go as Aiden Gowan has banked home 2 3-pointers. Folks, we'll take them any way we can get them tonight.
Yeah, Gowan with 8, Cook with 10 here to lead the Railers.
Out front, Newsom. Newsom goes in the corner, Caldwell. Caldwell loaded up the 3, kicks it back out front, Beasley. Beasley dribbling between the legs to Newsom. Newsom thought about loading the 3 up. He drives down, 8-footer up, no good. Got called for the foul. Lincoln gets called for the foul. I think it was on Polis.
Yeah, and he kind of take Jackson out of that game as the Raiders have, and they've kind of taken away that low post guy that they've had. And I think he set a couple screens on our backs to get those lobs. So you take him out because he doesn't guard Cook very well, but then they don't have him for the offensive end.
No, I mean, they got it down to him in the post. When they got it down, he scored in the post, or he was able to set picks or clear people out. First one up and good for Newsom. 26 to go here in the first half. Hope you're enjoying it at home, folks. Thanks to Me Realty and Town and Country Bank bringing home the streaming live video. Lloyd manning the cameras. Got a good camera angle up here tonight. You should be able to see all the sets. And Nico Newsom sent over to the bench. Not sure. Looks like maybe he has some blood on the uniform.
I think, yep.
So Bloomington's going to get, I think, to designate a free throw shooter for the second shot. Carson Ryan, a 5'10 junior, will shoot the second free throw as Newsom goes to the sideline. Clean up the blood. Looks like maybe it's on his leg.
His foot's already over the line. Look.
And the official, I'm telling you, they can hear you from up here.
Jeez. His whole foot was over the line.
I know.
And this is his home gym.
So Ryan on the free throw line violation. Turnover goes to Lincoln. 26-19, the Lincoln lead, 7 points. 2:30 to go here in the half. Sassi out on the left wing. Sassi works against Beasley. Great pass and a great reverse layup by Elijah Polis.
Yeah, great call by Coach Alexander. And I was waiting for a backdoor play just because of the way Bloomington's pressuring us, and it was perfectly set up, perfect pass, and a nice reverse layup there by the senior.
I don't know what it is, Josh, but we seem to be pretty good coming out of timeouts offensively with a set play this year.
Well, and I tell you what also helps is when you play a non-conference opponent, you can scream out the plays because they don't know them. When you go play Mount Zion on Thursday night, they're going to know every one you call.
Right wing Gowan, who got the turnover on the other end. Polis going to take his man to the basket. Polis hounded by number 30. That's Dalen Grant, a 6'3 senior. Sassi, three-pointer on the way. He didn't bank it in the correct way. He needs to have Gowan show him how to bank those shots in.
Yeah.
28-19, the Lincoln lead, and ball going to stay with Lincoln. Batted out of bounds by Bloomington. 1:44 to go here in the first half.
Nice little run here by the Railers to end this second quarter. Let's see if we can get a score and a stop and get this thing to double digits.
Sassi to Biven to Gowan. Gowan to Polis. Polis. Cook, left wing. Cook. Gowan pops out. Now to Polis. Polis wide open, throws it in Cook. Cook going to go up with the shot and got fouled. Foul's going to be on number 22, A.J. Tillman, a 6'5 sophomore.
Yeah, Tillman with a lot of minutes in that sophomore game. We watched him, and he was about the only guy they had that could put it in the hole that time. Had a nice position against Cook, just brought the arm down to try and block the shot. So Peyton will go to the free throw line, his first 2 for the night.
First one up and no good. Again, Josh, we are just really struggling at the free throw line this year.
This is our one of 3 right now on the night. But as you said, from a season standpoint, it's been a concern for Coach Al.
Cook, second one at the free throw line. Got the second one, 29-19, a 10-point Lincoln lead. Minute and a half to go here in the half. Like the aggressiveness, though, Josh, by Peyton Cook so far in his first half. He's not hesitant about trying to put the ball in the hole.
Nope, and we've got to have that from him.
Beasley in the corner, Ryan, and ball knocked away by Polis.
Well, he gets his hands on a lot of basketballs, and that time it was able to not only knock it away, but keep it in possession for the Railers. So big steal, and the Railers up 29-19 here with a minute left.
Biven out front, kicks to Gowan. Gowan long 3, right wing, up, no good.
Boy, look good from here.
Rebound goes to Bloomington, and Bloomington's Grant takes the ball out of there to Caldwell. Caldwell, Beasley. Beasley just ran into Biven. Biven going to get called for the block.
Four team fouls on both teams. No, 5 for the Railers now and 4 for Bloomington. I don't see any team reaching any of the bonus, but that looks like that Bivens second.
And folks, if you're wondering, we are high atop Frank Arena here. Ball on the floor. Lincoln's going to get the ball on the turnover. Here comes Polis in a hurry. 4-on-3. Corner Gowan. Gowan out front, Saucy. Saucy nearly stolen away by Bloomington. Nelson in the basketball game goes to Polis.
Yeah, Raylor's got to meet their pass. We're getting real close to one getting picked off and scoring a layup.
Polis out front. Bloomington going to ramp up their defensive pressure just a little bit. Gowan looks, back out front. Polis, 27 seconds to go. Saucy, Raylor's holding for one. Out front, Polis.
20 seconds now. Raylor's going to get the final shot. Hopefully go into the locker room with more than a 10-point lead.
Polis, thought he got hacked there by Beasley. No call. Polis the basketball. Looking, gets it to Saucy. Saucy looking for the cutter. Goes corner, Cook. Cook going to take it by himself in the lane. Looks like he got the ball blocked. Tries to save it inbound. Beasley the basketball for 15-foot turnaround. Up, no good. Hit the back of the iron, front of the rim. And at the end of the half, it's Lincoln 29 and Bloomington 19. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic halftime show. Back here at the Frank Center here on the campus of Bloomington High School, Jay Harden, Josh Komnick with the Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic halftime show. Folks, let me tell you something. Josh is a dedicated broadcaster. We are high atop the Frank Center in a different location. Ordinarily, for years, we've been at the end of the Frank Center. They got WJBC at the end, probably to separate us from social distancing. And if you've ever been in here, the side buckets that come down for practice, well, they're the old wooden backboards, and you can't see through them like you could glass, and one's right in our way of the main scoreboard with points and fouls. So Josh has had to get up and look for points and fouls.
I appreciate the compliment, but a dedicated or good color man would do the scoring while the game's going on. So you wouldn't wait to halftime to have it. So hey, I love your positivity, but
if we were working in the big time, somebody'd be doing it for us.
Well,
Josh.
That's true. But we'll take it. But what we will take, Jay, is a nice second quarter by the Railers. Railers, after one, were down 13-12. And then went on a 17-6 run in that second quarter to get this halftime lead to 29-19. And a lot of it was spurred by the junior Cook. We've got Cook for 11 points, I believe they do. And he's been able to get to the hoop. He's made some tough lay-ins, some tough layups, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So really got going by the junior.
And like the aggressiveness too, Josh. It's an aggressiveness on offense we have not seen so far this year.
Yeah, and a couple threes by Gowan too. 3 of them. 2 of them went in by Bank, and then the other one was a nice pure jump shot. So Gowan with Gowan with 11 on the night. So both Cook and Gowan with 11, and has really, obviously Elijah Paulus right there. I thought he had 6, but they've got him for 8. I think they've got it all messed up. But
folks, we may be chuckling about Gowan banking in those 3-pointers. It's not to make fun of him, but I guarantee you he's getting some ribbing from some of his teammates and probably some of his coaches as well.
Yeah, it's just a shot that doesn't normally go in. I mean, it's you don't practice that, but a lot of times when you're jacked up and ready to play, you got a little more juice.
We talked about the Me Realty keys to the game, Josh, and I think we've seen them so far. One was shooting the basketball, which we have done. We've run some plays. We've been aggressive going to the basket. We haven't shot it all that well from outside, despite the threes that we've had. We've had Nelson still struggling with his 3 shot a little bit, and Gowan still struggling a little bit with his, even despite banking in a couple. We haven't shot the ball particularly well from outside. We did, in the second quarter, stop their scoring quite a bit. They really kind of were able to score almost, I don't want to say at will, but they did a lot of scoring and got behind our defense in the first half. So we've been able to stop the scoring in the second quarter. And our turnovers, I think, have been fairly limited tonight, too.
Well, we got better on the boards. I mean, we were getting housed on the boards in that first quarter, and it didn't, Bloomington didn't have to shoot the ball very well because they were going to get the offensive rebound and have another chance at it. So we shored up the rebounding a little bit, and then we finally started to get a little momentum. We got a couple back cuts. We got a couple threes to go. And it seems that the Railers, once they get that going, the pressure for Bloomington has not bothered us. But it's nice to get that quarter going. The Railers putting some points on the board.
I thought our backs did a little bit better job in the second half of being cognizant of somebody trying to get behind them for those alley-oops or get in there for easy passes. And I thought we did a little bit better job of that in the second quarter. Well, 4:16 to go as Bloomington comes back out on the court. Lincoln's still down in the locker room. Let's send it back to the station for this 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap up the Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic halftime show. Lincoln up 29-19. Josh getting some messages. Joyce Cook says, keep telling Peyton to drive. Well, I'll have Josh do that because apparently they can hear him from up here.
Yeah.
Sal Polis is watching this, watching his son Elijah run the point out there. And don't forget, folks, the game Saturday at Rocky is a 7 p.m. start.
For the varsity.
For the varsity start, so don't forget that either because you got a longer trip to make than I do.
Yeah, 5:30 for the sophomores. 7 o'clock for the varsity. So first things first is this game here in the second half, and then Mount Zion at Royas, which is a makeup game. So a lot of people probably forgot about that. That added games because of that week of the virus that we had. So the Railers will be at Royas Anderson on Thursday.
And a 7:30 start for that Mount Zion game. Make sure Kirby shows up and plays.
So, yeah, we got corrected there. And the bookman for head coach Neil Alexander, Tony Schilling, lets us know that Aiden Gowan with 11, Paulus with 8, 4 for Biven, and Cook with 11.
All right, and we can trust Tony.
Yeah, should.
So, Lincoln up 29-19 to start the second half here. If we had a tip, Chicago Street Rentals would be bringing you the tip for the second half. Instead, Bloomington inbounds the basketball. They have possession. Beasley out front. Long pass to Stevens. Threw it almost over his head. Stevens back out front. Beasley goes inside Newsom. Newsom posts at the free throw line. 15-foot turnaround. No good. Rebound Biven. Nothing but green shirts under the basket. Polis against Newsom. Polis goes right wing to Biven. Inside Cook, and another play like that. And Cook now has 13. It's 31-19. The Lincoln leads. 7.5 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Cookie, you're all strong underneath there and finished well again. So the Railers just got to keep going to him. We talked about those easy baskets. We've gotten several of them this game.
Beasley. Caldwell going to launch the three out of the corner. Up, no good. Rebound. Biven tried to grab it, and I think he will get nailed for the foul.
Yeah, we're not doing our work early on the boards, and that's why Bloomington's getting there. Very little boxing out. You're not going to jump with these guys. You're not going to be in position with Jackson underneath. You've got to do your work early and get him out of the lane.
Sorry,
or we're just not going to get the rebound.
Right. Sorry, Sal. They nailed Elijah for that one. That is his second. Out front. Newsom's got it out front. Goes to Stevens, right wing, right in front of the Bloomington bench. Stevens out front, Newsom. Newsom kicks it inside Caldwell. Caldwell right in the lane, turns around, fires 5-footer, good.
Yeah, too easy, too. I think a little more ball pressure on the basketball, and Bloomington got it right in the middle of the lane.
Polis against the Bloomington 2-2-1 press, goes to Cook deep in the corner. Now out front, Biven, and nearly picked off. You're right. One of these is going to get picked off. Biven, three on the way, up and no good. Rattles around, goes top of the backboard. It'll go Bloomington basketball. 31-21, the Lincoln lead. 6.5 to go here in quarter number 3. Glad you joined us on WLCN 96.3 FM, the voice for Lincoln Railer boys and girls basketball this winter. Girls lost last night at Mahomet, 46-37. They've got a tough one. In the corner, Saucy. A Chris Coyne State Farm 3. Tyler Saucy nails it. 34-21, the Lincoln lead. 6:01 to go in the quarter. I think, is that Saucy's first bucket? I think so.
First basket. It's attempted, a couple tipped away by Gowan. Nice defense by the Railers, and Saucy gains it for the turnover.
They tried to go into the big fella, Jackson. Polis comes out of there with it. Polis to Saucy. Biven in the corner, Cook. Cook can take Jackson just about any time he wants, Josh.
Yeah, and that's the reason Jackson was sitting for most of the second quarter, because he just couldn't guard Cookie on the perimeter.
Jeez. Biven drives down the lane, tried to pass to Cook, got it back, goes now to Cook, and Cook couldn't handle that short pass. That was a hard pass in a short,
not a
short
good
space. No.
Yeah, Jake's getting too deep to pass the ball. And when you get that deep, it's almost got to be a pass out instead of a pass to a guy around the perimeter or around the basket, because it's just too hard of a pass to catch.
30-second Top Hat Creamery timeout. Josh, anytime is a good time for ice cream. Carson's up here. His mouth is watering at the sound of ice cream. Isn't it, Carson? Worth & Associates Realtors, honest, caring realtors serving Logan County since 1974. One of our fine sponsors. Call 217-735-3411 or go online to worthrealtors.com. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. And if you go to Heartland and take math classes, you just might get Lloyd Kirby as a professor. Woo! That would be a tough class, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
So, Bloomington inbound the basketball after the timeout, and they'll go into Newsom. Newsom against the Lincoln pressure. Newsom trapped at half court. Now
it's over and back
to Stevens. And Stevens jumped across the half court line. His feet were not in the forecourt. You're right. That is a backcourt violation.
The guy was right there.
And there's a travel call on Newsom. Maybe it was a makeup call. You're right. That's a backcourt violation.
He jumped from this end, went over and caught it in midair and went to the other.
Got to have both feet established in the front court. Saucy. Biven out front, Polis, Gowan. Cook in the lane looking for the cutter. Cook going to take a 10-foot turnaround.
Nice.
Got it. Peyton Cook with 15. It's 36-21 to Lincoln lead.
Yeah, faked the back cut to Paulus. Wasn't there. Good decision by Cook. And then he just went to work in the middle. And Cookie, by far his best and most aggressive game this season.
Joyce is probably at home in her living room yelling. Newsom. And I think Biven's going to get called for the hold. Foul on Jake Biven. That's going to be 3 against Jake Biven. And the second or third foul of the half on the team.
Yeah, it looks like the second. Raiders have not yet caused a foul here in the third quarter.
Nelly in for Biven. Long 3 by Beasley, around and out. Polis skies for the board.
All right, just a nice floor game again by Paulus with the rebounds, the steals, handling the basketball. Just does what a senior does.
Oh, and there was a great cut by Gowan. A good pass from Cook. Nelly baseline up, 15-footer, no good. Rebound, Saucy up and good.
There, Tyler. And the Railers now not doing a great job on the offensive boards, Jay, but we're starting to get some, or the defensive, starting to get some offensive on our end.
38-21, the Lincoln lead. A 17-point lead, 4 minutes to go. And tipped away by Polis on the cross-court pass. Bloomington, a dangerous cross-court pass. Out front, Newsom. And ball knocked away by Polis. Quickly ahead to Nelson. Nelson going to take it all the way, and he's going to pull it back out to Gowan. Gowan going to take it in. 8-footer up, no good. Ball batted around. And Newsom on the run. Here comes Bloomington on the run. Newsom layup time, got it.
Yeah, he almost had a time there where Gowan up faked it. They all ran at him and had Nelly right in the corner, kind of that extra pass that the coaches always talk about.
And timeout, Top Hat Creamery timeout on the floor. Looks like it is a 30-second time. No, I take that back. It's a 30-second timeout. And looks like it's going to be a full timeout. Let's go ahead and keep it right here. Mike Moskey Auction Service, 217-519-3959, or go to moskeyauction.com. He is one of our fine sponsors, as are Chicago Street Rentals, Top Hat Creamery, and, of course, Me Realty. Me Realty, our streaming live video sponsor, along with Town & Country Bank. Town & Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer basketball. At Town & Country Bank, our mission is to help empower the financial well-being of our communities, one person at a time. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out merealty.com. And, of course, every Railer three-point basket sponsored by Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance. Folks, we can't thank our sponsors enough. They're the ones that keep us bringing you Lincoln Railer basketball. This has been a tradition on the radio since about 1973. Full-time basketball on the radio for Lincoln Community High School, and especially on a night like tonight where spectators are limited. We don't know, this might happen again during the year.
Well, you're exactly. You're talking about the last couple of years, where the job that Lloyd does on the camera. I hear it everywhere I go. They're so thankful for some of the away games and games like this where there's 4 people allowed per player that they can come and watch. This is a dunk.
Baseline, Cook was going to slam it and got fouled by Newsom. You were right. He was going to cram that thing home.
Yeah, if Newsom was, somebody say, this actually just before the game, when's Cook going to throw one down? And we about had it.
Cookie at the free throw line for 2. Fouls on Nico Newsom, his second win, and it bounced around and went home. Talk about a friendly rim. Nico Newsom, his second foul. The Cookie Monster for the second of 2 free throws. Up and got it. 39-20 or 40-23, the Lincoln lead. 3.5 to go. Folks, tell our sponsors you really enjoy the broadcast. Thank them for sponsoring them, because without them, we can't bring you the games. Newsom inside, up and good. Newsom got an easy bucket there. 40-25, the Lincoln lead.
Yeah, he's kind of been their bright spot here in the second half. It's been Newsom getting to the hoop.
Saucy. Now the Railers going to, and foul is going to be on Dalen Grant against Tyler Saucy, 25 feet from the basket.
Give Cook 17 on the night, and we may need all of those here before the end. I think Bloomington's going to really turn up that pressure.
DeLon Grant, his first foul, and ball nearly knocked away by Grant on the inbounds play.
There's a problem we've had a little bit this year, Jay, of getting the ball inbounds against pressure, especially on the side away from the hoop.
Polis, the basketball goes to Gowan. Gowan to Saucy.
backdoor play or
Gowan going to take it down the lane. Gowan drives all by himself, up and good.
Yeah, strong aggressive drive there by Gowan, who got all the way to the hoop. We don't see it a whole lot, but man, he can go when he decides to.
I think that's 13 for Aiden Gowan on the evening. 42-25 the Lincoln lead. Grant the long three, up no good. Paulus had somebody climb over his back. Ball knocked away. Into the game for Bloomington is Barry Preston, a 5'11 junior. Grant hop step, kicks it Beasley. Beasley three on the way, up no good, and Cam Nelson the board.
Yeah, good job by the Railers. Gave up another offensive rebound, but regained it there with the Nelson rebound, and see if we can't get this thing into 20 here.
Saucy, Polis, Cook. Cook out here on the left wing in front of Coach Al. Goes to Saucy. Saucy looking for the cutter. There's the screen for Nelly in the corner. Chris Coyne, State Farm three on the way. Didn't get it. Ball off the front of the iron, and here comes Grant in a hurry. Dalen Grant on the run. Under Saucy, up no good. Rebound Newsom. Newsom up and good. Easy rebound for Nico Newsom. 42-27 the Lincoln lead.
Has a couple of those as of late.
Polis to Saucy to Nelson. Out front, Polis. Polis to Gowan. Gowan going to drive it. 15-footer. Didn't take it to Cook. Cook going to be aggressive going in.
Nice.
Fouled by Caldwell. No basket. He laid it up and in, but it will be on the floor.
Yeah, and you like what you saw out of Cook there, too. His defender started to run at him, and when you get that guy running to you, man, you go the other direction, and there's no way he can catch up with you.
Joe Caldwell, his second foul. The third foul on Bloomington. Third foul on Bloomington here in the half, and Joe Caldwell going to take a seat for the Purple Raiders. Nelson under the basket, gets it inbounds to Cook. Cook lost the ball, had to save it in. Great play. Gowan goes up and gets it. Tried to bounce pass to Cook, and Cook couldn't handle it. Actually, it went pretty far away from him. 42-27 on the turnover. Ball goes to Bloomington. Like the thought by Aiden Gowan, Josh, the pass just wasn't there.
Yeah, he had it and then threw it between his legs. Kind of Cook ran past it, and Aiden was throwing it to where he was instead of where he was going to catch it at, and a turnover. But, aggressiveness there by Cook. We need stops on this end.
Dalen Grant out front. Beasley goes to Newsom. Newsom, Beasley. Beasley, free throw line. Polis hounding him, and Polis doing a really good job of hounding and putting a little pressure on him. They go baseline inside to number 22, and that was A.J. Tillman going up for the shot, and he got fouled.
Yeah, not a bad foul, though. They got it there, and Tillman bigger than Gowan, and Gowan doing a good job of committing the personal foul, making him put it in the hole from the free throw line.
Just the first foul on Aiden Gowan, minute 22 to go, and the first free throw up and good for A.J. Tillman, a 6'5 sophomore. Reminded that Sal Polis is a video sponsor too. Sal Polis of Edward Jones Investments, 1400 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, 217-732-4001 at edwardjones.com. Lincoln quickly the other way, 42-29 the lead. Gowan in the lane. Oh, a nice move around his man, up and good.
Use the hesitation, use the shot fake, and keep that pivot foot down. And Gowan with another strong, nice move there by the sophomore.
15 for the sophomore, 44-29 the Lincoln lead. A minute to go. Clock is in the red. Clock's always in the red. And Newsom lost it, and Cook just reached down and picked it up. Polis quickly up the floor. Polis got a little bit of numbers here. Going to kick it to Gowan. Gowan, nice drive on the baseline. Running one-hander up and in, around and out. Nice move by Gowan, and Bloomington quickly the other way. Newsom, the hop step, lays it up and in.
Boy, it's been all Newsom here in the third quarter for Bloomington. They don't have him, and this is a 25-point game. Can't see exactly how many he's got here, but looks like maybe 9.
9 from here. Sorry, folks, our angle is scoreboard isn't that good.
All of those in the third quarter. Don't look now, but it's just a 13-point lead here going into the end of the third.
Polis out front, Gowan right wing. Out front, Cook. Cook, Polis. 10 seconds to go. Gowan against the Bloomington defense. Nelson with the three, got knocked down, no call. Ball knocked out of bounds. It is Lincoln basketball underneath our own basket.
Coach
with
got
2.5 seconds to go.
Coach got a lob play or something here. Probably going to come to Cook where you got just 2.5 seconds left, and see if a couple screens you can't get Cookie up over the rim.
So here we go. Let's see what they set up. Nelson inbound the ball underneath the Lincoln basket. Saucy the pick for Cook. There's the lob. Cook throws it up. Didn't get it. Rebound Bloomington. 70-footer at the gun. No good. At the end of three quarters, it's Lincoln 44, Bloomington 31. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Rail Splitters up 13 in the 152nd meeting since 1917 between these two schools. As both teams back out on the floor. Josh, at some point I have to think Bloomington's really going to ramp the pressure up in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, there's plenty of time here for Bloomington, the whole quarter here, and we can see that they can really turn it up. It's just whether we can sustain it, and can we get enough backdoors and easy buckets to keep this lead of 13 or more.
Bloomington's got a lot of quickness. They are long and lean. A good cut by Polis down the lane. Ball blocked from behind, and here comes Bloomington in a hurry. Grant to Beasley. Beasley, the hop step.
Travel.
Had to be a travel, and there it is. Turnover against Bloomington. Ball goes back to Lincoln. And Bloomington is going to ramp up the pressure. Look at this. Full court, man-to-man pressure on the inbounds play.
Yeah, and the referee's got to watch the grabbing and the holding. And
Saucy, the long pass to Bivin. Bivin fortunately came back and got it. Bivin drives down the lane, kicks it back out. Gowan thought about loading the three up, and now he'll reset with Polis on the offense.
Yeah, well, if you're Lincoln, you don't want to shoot the ball too quick all the time.
Oh, Gowan missed an easy layup with the left hand going in there, and now comes back and makes a good defensive play, batting the ball from behind. Newsom, unfortunately, will pick it up, tries to throw it off Saucy. Saucy with a good job of picking the ball up.
Yeah, just scrappiness by the Railers. Gowan missed the layup, but then everybody stayed with it.
Gowan, the three-pointer short, way short. That's an air ball. 7:07 to go, 44-31 the Lincoln lead. Beasley in the lane, 5-footer good.
Yeah, here's where if you're Lincoln, you don't want to be non-aggressive, but you also want to try to take a little bit of clock or a little bit of time off the clock to keep this game a little shorter.
Bivin heard footsteps from behind, got it to Gowan on the wing. Cook in the corner. Cook out front, Polis. Polis, Gowan. Gowan, Bivin, Polis.
I don't think this Bloomington team will play defense for long periods of time. One, I think they're a little tired, but also they get tired of playing defense, and then you'll get your layup.
Yeah, and I think with our motion and them not probably playing defense for a long period of time, the layups are going to be there. But they've been there so far in this game. We've had a lot of layup baskets.
Yeah, Aiden tell step out a guy that probably needs a break here real quick. He'll be right back in there.
Dalen Grant with the foul, his second. That is the team's fourth. Polis in the lane. Layup time. Got it.
Nice. Good job by Elijah to elude the defender coming around for the block shot.
46-33, and Beasley quickly the other way. Ball knocked away. Out front, Stevens. Stevens the basketball. Stevens goes to Newsom. Newsom, long three, up and inside position, but Cook just went right over the defender and got it.
Well, it was an air ball, and as we've talked, they're tough to rebound, and Bloomington wasn't ready, and Cook was.
Cook, out front, Polis. Well, there's one that went our way for a change. Polis, Saucy, there's Cook. Cook, and just reaching over him was number 22. That's A.J. Tillman reached right over him, took the basketball away. In the corner, Grant knocks down the three out of the corner, 46-36. Josh can't let these guys hang around.
No, so you're now back at a 10-point game, and it's really caused by their defense of turning this over.
Polis and another turnover on Lincoln almost, and diving on the floor was Tillman. What do we got here? We got, and a foul on Cook. Cook is going to get called for the foul. Coach is not happy. Probably should have been a travel before that because Tillman slid across the floor with a basketball.
Well, and Brian's got it in the corner, or Peyton's got it in the corner and not strong with the ball. Not ready. He's down. He's standing straight up. He's got to get down and be in triple threat. Just looking out toward the top of the key, and Bloomington steals it.
Grant, the long three up, no good, and Bivin rips down the rebound away from Caldwell.
All right, let's slow it up here and work a little clock, get a good basket.
Polis to Nelson to Polis. Polis drives in, going to kick it back out. Saucy, three on the way from the top of the key, good. Ooh. Tyler Saucy, a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer.
Kind of one of those if you're a coach. No, yes.
49-36, the Lincoln lead, 5:12 to go.
Nice second half here by Saucy with a couple of threes made.
Beasley likes to take a little spin in the lane and he got knocked around by Bivin, and Grant another three-pointer. Dalen Grant knocks down the three-pointer, 49-39. Paulus is going to push the basketball to Nelson. Nelson to Saucy. Saucy fakes the three, goes driving, and got fouled.
Yeah, just maybe the fifth team foul on Bloomington, and if you're Lincoln, you're doing everything you can to get to that bonus area.
That's one foul on Adam Beasley.
The Railers really got to meet your pass and really got to be strong with the ball.
Jaylani Stevens takes a seat. Nelly to inbound the basketball, goes in the corner to Bivet. Inside Cook. Cook, can he get the bucket? Turns around, up, rolls around, no good. Rebound Newsome. Newsome ahead to Grant. Grant's hit a couple of threes for them. Now Newsome in the corner, Caldwell.
Good
nice
job
knocked away by Cook. Cook knocked it away from Tillman.
Yeah, great job of getting around that post underneath, and Bloomington didn't see him. He came around as quick as ever and tipped it away.
49-39, the Lincoln lead. Polis out front, nearly stripped away. Nelson going to load up the three. No good. Rebound to Grant. Grant quickly up the floor. Here's Bloomington on the run. Grant running one-hander up, no good. Cook rips down the rebound.
Yeah,
now to Polis.
I think if you're Coach Alexander, you can take your free throw, or not free throws yet, but layups, and that's it.
Josh, I would, a 30-second timeout, a Top Hat Creamery timeout. Josh, you want to take bets on maybe we'll run some clock after this timeout?
Well, it's either run clock or get some layups. You know, they've got to be really aggressive to get back here. 49-39 with 4 minutes left, but we're shooting some threes that, yes, they're great if they go in, but we're not rebounding, and we haven't shot it particularly well from the perimeter. But you got to make sure baskets here if you can. And I don't think Bloomington's structured enough defensively to play long periods of time on defense and not give us a layup.
No, and they leave a lot of open lanes to the basket on drives too. Something I noticed, Josh, they don't always rotate over to stop the guy driving.
You're right, yeah. And I think they're exhausted, they're tired, they're doing everything they can to get back in this thing, and nothing's more demoralizing for a defense is when you play, and 45 seconds goes off and then you get a layup. But it's not bad when you take 20 seconds off and you cause a missed three.
49-39, the Lincoln lead. 4:04 to go here in the basketball game.
Brandon Bird Farmer doing a little janitorial duties as well. Good job by Bird.
And they're still out trying to sweep up there, trying to get the moisture off the floor here right in front of the Lincoln bench.
The Railers will take it out again, and we've seen this before where we struggle to get it in against pressure.
Gowan gets it into Polis. Polis will work against Beasley in the backcourt. Bloomington has a foul to give before we get to the bonus. Inside Saucy, the 5-footer up, no good, and got fouled.
Yeah, Tyler with a nice pass in there. I believe it was by Biven that time, and Tyler got bumped a little bit, couldn't get it up to the rim, but got fouled. So the junior will step to the line. Saucy with 6 on the night, I believe. 8.
Foul was on Dalen Grant. That is his third. Saucy misses the free throw.
8 for Saucy on the night.
Not something we ordinarily see him do, and that's post up, Josh.
No, it was a nice a play that you don't see, as you said, but Saucy goes 0 for
missed both free throws. Folks, missing free throws get you in trouble in a hurry. Here's Newsome out of the corner, up and no good. Rebound, Saucy chases it down, gets it to Polis.
Well, and I think, too, if you're Bloomington and had any sort of a scouting report on the Railers or stats or some sort, they're pretty easy to get to, I think, anymore. You might think about fouling the Railers a lot more and put them to the line.
I'd foul anybody but Polis, I think, at this point. Polis has been really the only one I think that we've had that's shown that he will step up and make the free throws consistently.
And really shot enough to be a consistent shooter. You know, a lot of guys, Cook shot probably just as many, but.
Polis in trouble. Good pass, got it back up and good.
Yeah, good job. What a fight with it, Tyler.
Saucy stayed right with it, got the basket. 51-39, the Lincoln lead. 3:06 to go. Grant out front against the Lincoln defense. Grant, nearly knocked away. Caldwell back out front. Grant going to load up the three and didn't get it. Rebound battle for Cook, gets it out of there.
Good job by Cook, too. Battling there against a couple of Purple Raiders, and the junior able to come out with it.
Polis out front, Saucy going to drive down the lane, gets it out to Gowan. Gowan drives in the lane, out front Biven, and now Railer's going to make him chase a little bit.
Fine, yeah, keep it moving.
Saucy, Gowan in the corner. There's Cookie. Cookie spins. 15-foot turnaround up and no good. No, rebound, Biven went for it.
Not a good shot by Cook. You know, that you can just keep. You almost sense sometimes. You know, we've gotten at a point where on last Saturday we barely looked to shoot, and now we're being maybe a little too aggressive at this point in the game. Anyway.
How many times have we had the opportunity to yell at a kid? No, don't shoot, no.
Well, it's good you see the aggressiveness, but this time of the game, I think, as Coach probably said earlier in the timeout, that free throws are layups.
Caldwell nearly lost it out of bounds. Goes baseline to Tillman. Nice reverse layup, didn't get it. Gowan ball batted around. Grant's got it. Grant will take a 15-foot or 5-footer up and good.
Yeah, Railers just standing around, not going to to get the ball. This thing, still a lot of time left with this pressure that Bloomington can put on us.
51-41 and thrown away in the backcourt. A turnover against Lincoln as Polis tried to get the ball to Gowan. Gowan wasn't quite ready for it, and coach is not a happy man. Again, in Lincoln, 10-point lead, a Top Hat Creamery timeout. It will be a full timeout, so we'll send it back to the station for this 30-second commercial message. You're listening to Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3. Back at Bloomington, Lincoln up 10, 51-41. We are in the bonus. There's 2:03 to go. Josh, we said this team would not be one you'd want to leave early in the fourth quarter on, and they're kind of proving that tonight.
Well, you see why they can stay in some games. I mean, they can pressure the basketball, and if you try to run with them up and down the court, and they catch some threes like they've caught some tonight, you're looking at a game and a competitive team. We'd look through their schedule, and they've been competitive with beat Centennial by 10. So they're not a bad basketball team. I think they just maybe ran into a bad stretch.
2 minutes to go. It is a 4-possession game. Minute 53 to go. In the corner, Grant goes back out front. Beasley going to go down the lane. Fell down. No call. Rebound. Or Cook grabbed the ball out of there.
Yeah, it looked like to me. And also they've left their best player, as far as I could see, for a while was Lonnie Stevens, and he hasn't come out off the bench for a while.
No, they haven't brought the big Jackson kid in again either. Out front, Biven to Gowan. Gowan to Cook. Railer spread the floor. Biven now to Saucy.
Yeah,
Saucy Polis.
Bloomington's got to be really aggressive here, start fouling or something.
Polis Cook. Minute 21 to go. You'd think they'd start fouling now. Biven's got the basketball back out front. Polis going to go down the lane. Layup time. Got it. 53-41, the Lincoln lead.
And that's how you increase leads at this point of the game. Layups, work some clock, and then get guys going to the basket.
Excellent play by the senior Elijah Polis. Ball knocked away by Lincoln. Caldwell chases it down. Beasley, the long three from the volleyball line. Ball rolls around. Battle for the rebound. Cook. Good rebound by Peyton Cook.
Cook's been a man under the boards in the second half. Almost got every one of them for the Railers.
53-41. Saucy out front. Biven to Polis. Polis way out front goes to Gowan. Biven cuts through the lane to Polis. Polis. Cook now cutting through the lane. Railers running a little motion out front. Biven, Cook. Railers running clock. 34 seconds to go. Out in front, Polis. Bloomington's not going to foul.
No, they'll stop playing here in a minute.
Gowan, Saucy out near what used to be the hash mark. Now out near the center line between the circles. Ball knocked away by Caldwell, and that will be a foul on Caldwell. Joe Caldwell pick up the foul. I believe it's his third.
Well, the Railers will step to the line where they're, again, not good so far. 3 of 8 from the line.
Tyler Saucy.
I think he's a little
up and got it. Tyler Saucy nails it. 54-41, the Lincoln lead. 20 seconds to go. Josh, I can't remember another Railer team that struggled this much from the free throw line.
Yeah, these guys put a lot of time in the mornings before school, and it's a thing where you try to bring it from practice to the game. All good shooters. Like coaches maybe mentioned too, are they really concentrating when they're doing it, and then they get out here and want to make them? Well, it's free throws or repetition.
55-41, the Lincoln lead, and Bloomington scores a basket. Tillman gets the bucket. 55-43, under 10 seconds to go here at Bloomington. Polis will win in the books. Lincoln up 55-43, and the clock will run out, and the Railers will win it here at Bloomington against former conference rival Bloomington High School. The final score, Lincoln 55, Bloomington 43. Folks, we'll be back in 2 minutes with the Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic postgame show. Josh Connick, Jay Harden back here at Bloomington High School, where the Railers were victorious 55-43. You know, Josh, we have a math professor right here. You'd think he could keep track of that in his head.
Yeah, he's not doing anything over there. I don't know why he can't keep track of the scoring as well. But they didn't. I don't think Bloomington's got it right, and I'm not sure we do. But we're going to go with the unofficial, as the score announcer said on the PA just a second ago. But for the Railers, 4 guys in double figures, and they were led tonight by the junior Peyton Cook, which not only offensively, Jay, but rebounding-wise, we don't have the stats, but I would say he was real close to a double-double tonight. Cook with 17 on the night. Aiden Gowan with a big game for the sophomore as well. He had 15. 12 points all in the second half for Tyler Saucy, which was huge for the Railers. 10 for Elijah Paulus, and a free throw for Jake Biven to round out the 55-43 victory for the Railers. So, we were a little nervous there to start the fourth. It got to 10, and it seemed like the Railers were able to do what they've done all year, is just keep that. When we needed a basket, we got one.
You know, all around, this is probably one of the better games Peyton Cook has had all year from an offensive and rebounding standpoint as Coach makes his way up here. I'm sure that Coach will be able to pick out the mistakes that were made during the basketball game, but Peyton Cook certainly had a fine game tonight, and love the aggressiveness he showed on offense. Yeah,
it was good. It really got us going early. We were close really the whole game with them, and then Cook kind of started to drive baseline with a couple drives, and then Gowan had a couple threes in that second quarter that really kind of extended that lead. We got it to a 10-point lead at half, and then the Railers did enough to ice it away.
Well, the coach has joined us in the post-game show. Good evening, sir. How are you doing this evening?
Okay.
As he takes a seat here, I'm glad you can hear us. Well, you got a 55-43 victory after 2 losses. Pretty pleased with the win, are you, tonight?
Yeah, I thought we played very well. I thought first half we got beat on the boards really bad. I thought second half we were able to open the lead because of the rebounding, but I also think we kept them in the game because of not making good decisions at the offensive end. So, but it's a great learning experience. We were aggressive offensive, and that's something that we've been harping on them all along. You know, you have to be more aggressive. Now you got to try to tell them when not to, and there's a fine line to being a good basketball team and being able to make good decisions on how you play, shot selection, and so forth. So, but very happy. Peyton Cook played an outstanding basketball game. There's no doubt that's the best game he's played in his career at Lincoln High School. So, hopefully we can get a repeat and get some steady feed from him. And if that's the case, we will definitely be pretty good.
Yeah, Coach, you talk about that second quarter is where Peyton really got it going. Drives on the baseline, a couple of those, I believe 8 points at half, and then Aiden Gowan with a nice first half with a couple of threes made. So 2 guys that really sparked it from the second half, and after that it was 13-12 after one, Bloomington up, and then we had a real big quarter in the second. We outscored them 17-6 to take that 10-point lead at half.
Yeah, and that was a little breather, and when you play a team like that, we were trying to take the time off the clock at the offensive end, but you try to do it at the defensive end too, and we were letting them have either no passes, dribble drive to a layup, or one pass and a shot, and you can't put somebody away if you can't force them to help you take care of the clock. And those are things. The very last play, we gamble on the point. He goes down straight down the middle of the floor and scores a layup instead of keeping them in front, make them pass the ball, make them take time off the clock. And that there was those are things that a young basketball team will have to learn.
Yeah, Coach, you said you've been preaching more aggressiveness. 4 guys in double figures tonight. Cook with 17, Gowan with 15, Tyler Saucy with 12 in the second half, and 10 for Elijah Paulus. And I think at one point there in the fourth, you may have gotten a little too aggressive with the shot selection, and you kind of referred to it just a little bit ago. But as you said, you got to know when to do it and when and not to. But Well, it was more fun to watch from a viewer from up here to watch the guys really attack the basket a little more.
Yeah, and again, it was versus a man-to-man, so
we've looked better against that.
Oh, very much so. We're better against a man-to-man. We're better against teams that want to try to pressure us and so forth. So we'll just have to wait and see. Mount Zion is a pressure man-to-man, so we'll see how they want to, and they try to play very physical, and they want to play fast, and they're wanting to score 70, 80 points a night. So not only do we have our work cut out offensively, we're going to have to really, really be focused at the defensive end. They got good shooters on the perimeter. They got good penetrators. They got a little bit of size, and they're young. They're very young, and Mount Zion's, the good days are coming for Mount Zion.
Cam Nelson's still struggling a little bit with his shooting, but I'm glad to see he hasn't stopped shooting, Coach. He just needs to keep putting. It'll go in eventually.
Well, at some point, tonight he should have known I was 0 for 4, 5, 6, and he kept shooting when the clock was running down, and we had a little discussion about that. But he's one that I don't have to worry about taking shots, and I'm not. Like I said, there's a fine line to where you scare a kid to where they don't want to do it. I don't think I have to do that with Cam. He's pretty aggressive offensively, but I do want him to know that when's a good shot and a good bad shot.
We're still struggling a little bit from the free throw line. Any solutions, Coach?
I have no idea. We come in every morning and shoot, and we're trying to get it, but I would say since Christmas we're probably below 50% from the free throw line.
And it's kids that are pretty good shooters. I imagine they make them in practice.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing, but we got to make free throws. Free throws are going to put you in and out of the state tournament, and we have to be able to make the free throws.
Well, it's nice to get our feet back under us heading into a conference game. Was it Thursday night against Mount Zion?
Yep. Thursday night against Mount Zion at Roy S. So we do have fans at Lincoln as of now, and hopefully we'll have a good crowd. I know Mount Zion will have a good crowd, so hopefully we can match it and be able to pull out another conference win. That's we've only played 4 conference games where everybody else is they've played 6 or 7, and this is one of the makeup games that we had right before Christmas that we got kind of put on pause for. So we just have to come and play and do our thing.
Well, Coach, we're going to let you go ahead, and I see the kids are ready to get on the bus, so we'll let you go ahead and get them herded on the bus and get on out of here and get home and get rested up for that Thursday night game against Mount Zion. Thanks for joining us on the postgame show.
Okay, Coach. Thanks for having me, and see everybody Thursday. We need your help. Thank you.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for me and Josh here from Bloomington High School. We're Lincoln victorious, 55-43. For station manager Jim Ash, for our on-site cameraman producer Lloyd Kirby, for our studio producer Winnie Ransdale, who runs the board expertly, and for station manager Jim Ash. This is Jay Harden. Once again, the final score: Lincoln 55, Bloomington 43. Lincoln now has 15-3 on this season. Bloomington drops to 5-15. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we know that Railer Nation enjoyed the outcome. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We ask that all of you patronize our sponsors. Call them up and just say thank you for allowing us to bring you Railer basketball, especially in situations like this, and there may be more of them. Our sponsors are the ones that allow us to bring you the broadcast. It's time to send you back to the classic rock experience on the Nighttime Fix 96. From Bloomington, Illinois, this is Jay Harden saying thanks for listening and good night.